What's good, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new comic reaction. This time, ourselves issue 2 of Powers of 10 or Powers of X, whichever you prefer. I don't know. I might eventually start calling Powers of 10 normally, but I think I'm just gonna keep calling it Powers of X because that's what I'm used to saying. Anyway, so yeah, pretty sizable week this week. We got this one. We also got Spidey. Looking forward to that one. Captain Marvel. That's going to be some interesting stuff. Miles. Ooh, Miles. That's what I'm hyped for. Because crazy shit happened last time. And we'll end it off with Symbiote Spider-Man. So, a pretty Spider-Man filled week. With little bits of X-Men thrown in there. Anyway, let's start at Captain Marvel as well. But granted, she started off just based on what Spidey feels, so. Anyway, so let's get into this. We get the cover. If I don't hear anything, I got the fan running. It's pretty hot, yeah. This summer heat grueling, boys. Anyway, so the cover got the Brotherhood of Mutants, Magneto, Sabretooth, Mystique, Emma Frost. Look, right, I've heard Emma kind of goes back and forth between. Well, great, she has the X-Men logo on her thing, so I don't know. Well, who is she aligned with it now? I don't know. And Toad. I'm just judging. I've seen a couple of pages. It looks like this couple of pages. This one seems to be this one's going to take place during the whole House of X issue 1 timeline, where we have Xavier wear that giant helmet thing. So it should be interesting. Let's see if there's anything new we find out in this issue. As we wait for the page to load. Alright. There's a chance between you and I, Charles. A gap that cannot be crossed. With each passing day, I fear it will never be. Magneto. Next page. Come on. Alright. The X-Men Year 0. Year 1. Island M, the Bermuda Triangle. What the hell is Charles doing in the Bermuda Triangle? Oh, hey, there's Maury McTaggart. Hey. A lot of crazy shit happened to her with House of X issue 2, man. She has also now become one of my favorite X-Men characters after that issue. Alright. And there's also Magneto chilling. They say it is easy to become lost in the past in this part of the world. That those who set sail on these waters are often never heard from again. But you are beyond superstitions, beyond the superstitions of man, and I thought, and though lost, I know you have never lost your way. So what are you doing here, Charles? What are you doing here, Magneto? If I may ask, what visits do you have at the Bermuda fucking Triangle? I am here of you, old friend. I cannot tell you how much it would please me to know that you and I would stand side by side in the coming days, but I have learned hard lessons and no longer believe in it. There is a place in this world, both your dreams and mine, old friend. And what if I told you we were both wrong? Though that both our dreams are fleeting and too small for the coming days. I would find that hard to believe. You losing your faith? Tell me, Dr. McTaggart, you're a specialist specializing in the behavior of mutants. Do you have a keen insight in what ails the good professor this day? Well, I may be the only person on this planet who truly understands what ails you both. But I have to warn you, my truth is profound and life-changing. It's primal, and I wonder if you are capable of bearing the weight of it. It's really all coming down to one thing, Magneto. in this world, who determines it, who determines what is truly good and what is truly evil. Next page. I really love the way Magneto's costume is drawn. Like, you can't see his face; it's just black. I like that. It's cool. Then open your mind to me. Open your mind. Open it to us, and together we will figure out what to do about tomorrow. And I do know. And how do I know this isn't a game, some ploy to defeat me? How do I know you're not going to tamper with my mind? Very true. Please, just this once. Trust me. Alright, Magneto takes his helmet off. Alright, next page. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Okay, Magneto's passed, so we got... you got the Sentinels, got him with the old Nick Fury, and a bunch of other shit. You are a mute. And all those lies, was it real? Oh! Oh shit, he reveals that she's a mutant. Or he reveals that she... Oh shit. Yo. You're a mutant. And all those lies, were they real? Yes, I am a mutant. And yes, those are real as it gets. Why would you show me that? Great failures, all the great fails. Because our truth is profound and life-changing. And apart, we always lose. We believe it is only together in that... It's only... We believe it's only together when that you and I that all our people can survive. Next page. Charles, you know better than this. I'm not interested in survival. Good, because I'm not either. I believe that's the one thing I haven't tried yet. All of the mutantdom as one is the thing that means more than just surviving, but thriving as assuming our rightful place on this earth. We have a plan. It's ambitious and long term. Join us, Eric. Join me. I won't acquiesce to sympathy or doubt, Charles. I won't give an inch. I will check you at every moment of weakness, and if you falter, know that I will not. I would expect nothing less. Okay, so we're learning more about the 10th timeline. About what's going on in the previous stuff. So this is what happened. Okay. And Charles does not have his legs, so how the hell is he getting his legs back? Next page. X-Men, the Ear Tongue. Krakoa. Okay, so what am I looking at here? Sentinels. A nightmare awaking one, and the beginning of the end, unless I'm mistaken. These are the plans for Mother Mold, a master mold that other master molds in orbit around the sun. Are these the Sentinels we saw in space? In the first issue of House Specs? Referring to something that's scheduled to be built or something that's already exists. As far as we can tell, construction has been completed. It's just been a dormant phase, waiting for the right catalyst. Let me guess, a mutant whose reach extends its grasp. That's called. They call themselves orchids. Orchids? 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 Yeah, orchids. A collection of human scientists who are normally are normal ideology are normally idolized I, ideologically opposed to one another, but mutantdom sees a threat so grave that they have bound together in order to stop us. According to the information the state stole, we discovered it's mostly ex-shield and aimed agents with some remnants of sword and hammer operates sprinkled in. And if and if you're wondering about their level of conviction, they also have held their noses long enough to Operation Paperclip in a few Hydra agents as well, ex-Hydra agents as well. Okay, so Hydra's even in on this. Okay, or ex-Hydra agents. Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra. So what's the plan? It's quite simple, really. We cannot let the mother mold come online. Seriously, how is Charles walking? How did you get your legs back? When will we get... Like, this is the one question I want the most answer to. How are you walking, Charles? Anyway. Sure, because weather is always... Weather's always a sketchy proposition. You never know when it's gonna start raining, where it's raining sentinels. There is that, but we have dealt with that before. Our urgency comes from projecting where their strength leads. We think the scale and resources imply a paragon shift. A paradigm shift in the technology. Next generation Sentinels? I don't get it. They're already building for adoption and improvisation what we think this is what Nimrod became. I think this is going to become where Nimrod became operational. Oh, damn. Oh! Nimrod's it's a mech suit that Charles is in the year 100. Ooh. Listen to me, Scott. They have to be stopped. Remember, this is a frontal assault. This will be a frontal assault of an orbital station tens of millions of miles away, built by a secret organization whose sole purpose is the execution of mutants. Can such a thing even be done? Does it need doing? Yes. Then it will be done. Oh shit. What's about to go down here? So Cyclops gonna go in there with the X-Force and rain hell? Ooh, we're in year 100. Let's see what happens. Let's see who this old man Logan was talking about. Now I said that my theory video that I was like, oh, it's the original Charles Xavier. Knowing what's going on with these timelines with timeline 10, I don't think there is a second Charles. This is all just the same Charles. But let's see. Asteroid K. Lobos, Cardinal, and Rasputin said they're successful. They succeeded, which is supposed to be good news, which I suppose is good news. But the bad news is Cyclops and Psylocke and Percival aren't making it home without Percival's blackout ability. I'm not exactly sure if the information still benefits us. I don't see how we can make it back to the city. You'll have to forgive him. War has a way of limiting perspective. It's a shortcoming of that seed. But the benefits, well, what do we do? What do we have that is not produced on the spoil? That is not a product of its spoils. Do you really have it? Yes. That's Apocalypse. That's Apocalypse. Next page. I'm pretty sure it's Apocalypse. Called it! Called it! Called it! Oh shit, so they're working together with fucking Apocalypse! Fucking Apocalypse! Ooh! Ooh. Yo, this about to get hot. You got Wolverine with Apocalypse? Oh! This gonna be interesting. Apocalypse. Reduced to the essence, the machines are composed of pure information, a repository of knowledge, which is such a precious thing in the hands of the living. Too much knowledge and the weak are paralyzed by choice. Too little and the foolish jump boldly into the gaping maw of a hungry enemy. But just enough, a little fire from the gods, and it's the great sword of victory, worth everything to have. Give me your eyes, children. For this I will have sacrifice all of you. It means that much. Next page. Oh shit. Ugh. The Tower of Nimrod, the lesser human machine monolith. They stole the indexing machine. This is disturbing. I will not lie. And I tell you that because, contrary to what your kind has been led to believe, I am not programmed for the truth. For truth. I could lie all day if I wanted to, just for the pleasure of it. But here I am, denying myself the joy of a half-truth, the bliss of fiction, and the pure delight of falsehood. And why? I'll tell you. No, really, I'd rather you keep talking to yourself. I apologize. It's been a constant day, and I'm tired. Charles is like, the fuck did you just say? And you, my other human friend, are you wary as well? Of course not, Nimrod. I don't believe you. Well, yeah, Charles can probably read your mind. Oh shit, she just annihilated them both! Now, where are we? Ah yes, truth. Oh please, great Nimrod, give us our truth so that we may know the difference between darkness and light. Well, since you asked so nicely, here it is. See, the very existence was encrypted, invisible to our machine eye. They came here in secret looking for something, and it seems they found it. I see you, mutants. I know your ways. Whatever were you looking at? Next page. Okay, Asteroid K. Okay, is that like an old Groot? Who is this guy? I think is he Groot? The problem with machine history is the manner in which it's collected. Is that Ghost Rider? Or some futuristic Ghost Rider? Yes, they achieve every moment of everything. So even if we didn't have access to all their historical records, for example, if we knew something happened on a particular date, the machine records would still return a search result of billions of actions. Exactly. Like looking for a gram of sand in an endless beach. So what we thought to do was not to break into the archive, but to get the information we needed, but to break into the place where all the information gets indexed. Sure, we didn't get what we actually needed, but if Krakoa can decrypt it, at least we'll finally know where we can find it. Seriously, is that Ghost Rider right there with the blue flames and everything? This body once belonged to a mutant who could communicate with anything. I maintain all of that he He was, though he has long left this existence. We will find a way. See, this is all that is all that really matters. There, that we when we leave behind something fuck, I can't speak. That resounds long after resonates long after our passing. For most, there is nothing, just the pointless march towards oblivion. It eats, sleeps, fights, die just as it has always been, and always shall be until the sun swallows us all. Next page. Your fantastically depressed Zorn, the perfect teammate for the end times. Thank you, friend. Success, it's unlocked. You gotta be kidding me! A little mumble nonsense, and the world just opens up. I shouldn't have been born with brains. There, right there. That's the nod where they keep the information we're looking for. Okay, what does it say? Boot. That's Genesis Protocol Vision Nimrod. You know the problem with this, right? There's not going to be anyone left to use it. We only succeed in getting this far because Persevia made us invisible to machines, and now we won't have that. Next page. We have to fight our way in, hold them off while we get the thing, and then fight our way out. It's a suicide mission, you understand that, right? Well, Logan, you have healing factor. You pretty much can't die. Granted, if Nimrod gets his hands on you, puts you in that machine, I'm sure your healing factor can't save you from that. I've never been more excited for anything in my entire life. I know now what we were. Well, I now know we were never going to stop the machines. The technology, the future, it's unavoidable. The question I have is why is it always aimed at us mutants, to test us, to see if we are fit to survive? We will go and take what we need, and then we will return. This is a promise who guarantees is assured, for I will lead you. Shit, Apocalypse. Oh man, this is gonna be some hype shit. Next page. Alright! More reading. Alright, hold on, I need to go on a third time. Enhance. Okay, Nimbus. Nimbus was once called Nimburu. It begins as a frozen gas giant of an elliptical solar orbit that extends beyond the Kuiper belt. Following the Bandom infestation of early 31st century, the outreach project was created to convert Nimru into a super intelligent in the hopes of attracting and establishing a pseudo alliance with a type 3 interstellar civilization. Mooring the Kree intelligence module, 1,000 of the greatest post-human scientists, scholars, and artists of the generation submitting to the copying and and integration of their minds into a single thinking machine called Nimbus. Housed in a Nimrod shell, Nimbus' journey from Earth to Nimrod takes approximately 4 years. So Charles isn't in the suit. Okay. Then why was it shown when Charles the X-Men this, X-Men? Maybe he's in the suit, I'm not sure. When it crashed into Nimrod, Nimbus tore through the upper atmosphere and the mantle of the ice giants and used the force of the impact to injure its self-replicating machines into the core of the planet. As Nimbus converted the iron and nickel cores into an ever-increasing number of memories, farms, and logic crystals. Its intelligence level grew into the goals of the outreach projects were achieved. Nimbus, achieve world mind status. Excuse me, man, I cannot speak today. 10 years after impact. Okay, a more linear path would have been seen the intelligence arrived sooner, but it has soon stopped to consume multiple centrals and drones in order to increase the density and intent. Alright, next page. God, why am I so tired? Alright, next page. Okay, now we slipped over to year 1000, back when Charles looks like Grand Admiral Thrawn. The X-Men, year 1000. So, Nimrod, did it work? Normal civilization of our maturity only attracts universal predators. This is because of the perceived values of this system and is found in its celestial resources, and it's not in the living culture. Also, our system is a place not place to the mind and not the preserved. Now, after hundreds of years of ugly skirmishes and quiet wars, we decide to convert Nimbus into a replicant world mind and show the universe what we are capable of. And it seems that we have snared a giant. So liberation did it work? Next page. Liberate. Yeah, I cannot speak today. Ugh. I think we're about to find out. Okay. Got a picture of the city, it's got some cells. Hello there. Who in the hell are you? Next page. We Fanalics ate your world mine. Okay. So these look like those creatures from like Death Stranding or something. Maybe it's fan. I don't know. I don't know what's making me yawn so much. They fought for sovereignty and lost, but we Fanlanax saw the the whispering gods behind it. We Phalanax, we have heard your message now. Hear ours. What do you seek? Ascension. What is going on? Next page. Types of society: planetary, genetic, galactic scale of interstellar societies based on the measurement of species intelligence. A species intelligence of one representative of the thinking powers of a single mature being possessed by an average in the intellectual abilities. Okay, now me try to act like some fucking nerd. Anyway. While there are wild fluctuations between species and the machines, take for example this disparity between the intellectual prowess of a base Kree and Skrull. Why are we bringing up Krees and oh, granted they are interstellar species or societies. Once the S1 reaches the intelligence level, most variations even out. So, okay, S1 machine, machine, a single machine. Yeah, machine. Yeah, machine. I don't know why I was translated differently. A single machine mind that is a direct copy of an existing sentient mind, or represents the equivalent thinking power of a single sentient mind species. Species 10, or species intelligence, excuse me. 10. Hive. A collection of individual machines with an unfitted thinking power of up to 10 machines. While there are hives composed of more than 10 machines, regardless of which species they are based on, ones with more than 10 machines work together as working as a collective begin to fracture and deteriorate as the repressed individuality of each machine overwhelms the hive. Note, unlike intelligence, hives are mature individuals, intellects working together that were not created naturally reach an SI beyond their machine status. Species 100 to 10 to 10,000. Intelligence. Intelligence is a thinking machine created by an amalgam of at least 100 machines acting in harmony towards a collective goal. Note the supernor, the Kree species superintelligence. I think that was in the movie. Capcom, and I don't eat this. I'll just call it, the Supreme Intelligence. Did they actually call it by that name in the movie, or was it just the Supreme Intelligence? Whatever. Is an amalgam of direct copies of Kree philosophers and thinkers that were merged into a single intelligence while bashing the intelligence of a pre-existing being in the common or occurring at the level of society. It becomes less than common the further up the galactic scale. Next page. Next page. Oh, goddamn. More! Oh man, more of this site. Okay, let's keep going. Types of societies. Galactic. Species 10,000. Okay, Technarch. An artificial collective intelligence manufactured by a Flanax. That was created to classify, order, and assimilate other existing societies. That this repurposing of societies is a Technarch's sole purpose. A Technarch exists as a single node, often taking the shape of a world, but can be as any series of planetary objects or formations, called the Kufch. Each Kuf is controlled by an alpha intelligence called a Mangus. Each Technarch believes it's only a Technarch in existence. Technarch are indivisible to other Technarch. Okay, species intelligence 100,000. World mind. A world mind is a celestial object common commonly a planet, that has been wholly converted to a single intelligence. Single intellect. These intellects are godlike in intelligence and act on the timeline of millennia. On the Kardashian scale, a world mind represents a Type 2 civilization. Species intelligence 1 million. Flanax. A Flanax is an interstellar society that operates on a galactic scale that represents intelligence, an intellect that has a total control of a host galaxy. At this level, society and intellect exists only to examine its own intelligence by consuming lesser societies to control the energy needed to the expansion demands. If a Flanax encourages a society that is worth consuming by adding it to its intelligence needed, then ascension occurs. If a Flanax encourages society that is not worth adding to its collective, then it will seed that society with a techno-organic virus. The virus will eventually produce a Babel spear that will summon a technarch to remove or repurpose that societal waste from the universe. God damn. Technarchs do not know that they were manufactured to serve the Flanax cause. On the Kardashian scale, Flanax represents a Type 3 civilization. I'm assuming let me guess, more. Please, I don't want more. Okay, thank God. Because I'm like, any more of this and my brain is going to ooze out of my ears. I can't take all this information with all this text jargon. You know. Okay, machine, hive, intelligence, Technarch, world mind, Flanax. Okay. Next page. Stat soapbox thrown right at the end. Next page. You see, but now there is no I and there is no you and I. There is only us. We are together, or we are nothing. Professor X. Okay, reading order. Okay, yeah, we're done. Issue's over. Alright, well, this was quite the interesting issue. So, Magneto finds out about Moira being a mutant. She sees the timelines. We found that the old man Charles Wolverine was talking about the last issue of Powers of X was indeed Apocalypse. Which, whew, I'm interested in seeing that. Apocalypse and Wolverine coming charging in to get their shit, and that's going to be some half shit. So yeah, overall, I give this issue a 9 out of 10, man. This was really interesting. I was expecting this to be a lot more focused on the Brotherhood because they're on the cover, but none of them are on there except Charles. And you got some stuff with Cyclops, about those new, I guess, space sentinels that they're building, I guess. I'm definitely intrigued where this is going to go. So overall, I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10, which I'm pretty sure I already said. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, reflected links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. You